Hello and welcome, I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's try out some Democracy 3. So this is a brand new title, just came out a couple days ago on October the 14th, 2013. It's made by Positech Games. They are eager to remind you that they are the makers of gratuitous space battles and gratuitous tank battles. Cool company. I never did try Democracy 2. But this is basically the exact same thing as Democracy 2 with a couple minor alterations and a much overhauled and improved UI. So that is something that I'm excited about. I'm thinking the music might be just a touch too loud. I'm a kind of a audiophile, I like to mess with the music. So let's see, we get to play as either the United Kingdom or, you know who I'd really like to play as is the United States. In fact, I have a feeling, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to call this this video is going to go live on Thursday, and this is the Thursday where the United States government's like not sure if they're going to be able to pay their bills or not. So let's see if we can run the United States a little bit better than they are. We'll find a clever name for it at some point. But I'm going to dive right in. I did play for a little while. I'm not going to... I'm going to be the... What are we going to be? I don't really care. I'm not going to pick the Republicans and Democrats, though. Actually, we should. Let's do it. Let's just do it because it's for the sake of whatever. Now, I am not a huge, like, political buff. I don't know a ton about stuff. And, but I'm going to play this game just kind of the way that I want. And I'm going to do whatever. Like, we're going to get out of debt. We're going to play the Dave Ramsey style. Debt-free United States. Congratulations on your election victory. Welcome to the job as president. The lives of all 316 million citizens are now in your hands. As you will imagine, there are a number of situations and concerns that you will need to deal with as soon as possible, while keeping an eye on long-term improvement of our citizens' quality of life. Plus, do not forget that you're facing re-election in 4 years, so you'll need to monitor the opinion polls of and our party membership. Good luck. Good luck indeed. A bit concerned, actually. All right, so we start off with, the United States, of course, is a fantastic powerhouse of income. We have $3,128 billion in debt. I believe the United States' actual debt is much higher than that right now, but expenditure, we're spending $1.27 trillion per quarter. That's a lot of money. Holy smokes. So here's a quick overhaul of how the game works. So this isn't like a like your typical grand strategy game or real-time strategy game or really many games. It's pretty much all just this is the main screen. So you're going to play from here. The blue things are like things that you don't have any direct control over. The white things are things you actually do have control over. Red things are bad things that are because of you messing up in some ways. And green things are good things because of you doing well in some ways. There's all kinds of interesting information, like the overall, all the different people that could potentially be a threat to your nation. You can look at all kinds of charts and graphs and stuff. Like if you like playing EVE Online or really anything that involves any kind of spreadsheet, I would say if you like Civilization 5, Endless Space, to a lesser extent Crusader Kings 2, Europa Universalis 4, that type of thing, this is the type of game that you can just really get way into. So it's pretty fun. I like it a lot. I'm going to play for a little bit and see how we do. So you go in turns. Each turn is 1 quarter. So we have 16 turns, 4 years, until the next election. So we get 16 turns to play around. The way that you make changes to the country is by spending your political power. Now right now I have 26 capital, or political capital. I gain 26 per quarter, and I have a maximum, I don't know if that's accurate, it should be 52, I believe is the correct number, but we'll see what it ends up saying. This is our cabinet, or, the people that we kind of rely on to kind of influence relations with people. There's also a whole bunch of potentials that we could hire if we wanted to replace any of the current people that we have. And we can look at more sliders and stuff and bars and cool stuff. So we got income tax is our primary source of income. Kind of obvious, I think. Sales tax does quite well. Now, what we need to look at is that right now our popularity is not very high. Peak value 25.52%. Current value is at 23.65. Actually, quite a bit higher than actual Congress in the United States. If you're a United States citizen, you know what I'm talking about. I think Congress's approval is like, what, 5% right now? But Yep, these are the overall populations in the country. Most of the people in the country are conservative, but they can also fall into multiple groups. So you can have conservatives and socialists. They can kind of mix and match. So without further ado, let's get started and just kind of do some stuff. So what I like to try doing is enacting new policy ideas. I really like doing like public services and stuff, things that improve health. If we look at the overall situation that we're in, wrong button, nope. What am I looking for? I am looking for the first page. Alright, we're going to worry about it later. So, but let's just go ahead and enact one of the ideas. You know, I like things like, it's not in the welfare category. I'm trying to remember what I was looking for. I want like organ donation. There we go, organ donation. This is something that like costs a very, very small amount of money, but it's good. We're going to implement it, and then I'm going to crank it way up. I'm going to play so aggressive when it comes to religion and technology. We're going to kick religion right out of this United States. So when it says green, that means that this is going to improve health. So we're doing organ donation. There are a few who would disagree that organ transplantation or transplant is an amazing technology, but it requires a plentiful supply of donors. Sadly, many people do not give the topic consideration. Some suggest that an opt-out policy is best, with consent for donation assumed, unless otherwise stated. I'm just going to say no. It's not going to do. We're not going to do by request. We're not going to do if approved by next of kin or presumed consent. We're just going to say you have to. Like if you die, then you have to, your organs are up for sale. Essentially, not for sale, but you know we're going to do that. That's what we're doing, and we're going to accept policy changes. 13 more political capital to play around with. Let's look for maybe something else we can do that's good like that. Community policing. Do we have a crime problem? I don't know that we actually do. We have some internet crime. Oh, that's fun. So this is a bad event that's happened because we are over the red bar. In order to make it go away, we have to go below the green bar. The causes are technology. We have lots of technology which increases crime, which increases this type of crime, internet crime. And crime in general is causing it. Our intelligence services are reducing it, so we could crank up this, which would cost me 7 political capital to increase. We're spending $33 billion on that. Holy smoke, that's a lot of money. Instead, I think we'll enact like, you know, just some general community policing, a new thing. It's going to take 5 quarters to fully implement, but it's only 1 political capital to introduce, and it should reduce crime in general. So crime in general is going to affect internet crime. It's going to reduce violent crime. It's going to help liberalism. It's going to lower. It's actually going to increase antisocial behavior and alcohol abuse. And like I said, we're not gonna play the halfway game. When I enact a reform, we're gonna move it way up. It's only 15 billion a quarter. We might as well. Let's do it. Okay, what else can we do? Race discrimination? No, I don't really agree with that. Fuel efficiency standards. Yeah, it's something we should have. Crank it up. Lower oil demand. Lower capitalism. We're going to get the economy on track, and then we're going to mess with stuff. We have 6 final political capital. We don't have to spend it all every turn, but it is something that I like to do. Let's also, like, you can only store two quarters worth of political capital. So let's also do this telecommuting initiative. Try to get people to work from home. That's going to improve opinion with commuters. It's going to lower actual commuter membership, though. Decrease car usage. It's going to go over well with the parents and trade unionists. Let's crank it up all the way. And that'll be good for now. So let's click next turn and see what happens. Alright, so a quarter has passed by. Health has improved, probably because we did the organ donation thing. Education's still pretty good. Poverty is not high, so that's good. Crime is really quite high right now. Unemployment's quite high, and GDP, gross domestic product, is down. Debt protection law. There's an urgent policy question that requires your immediate attention. Debt collection agencies have been in the news because of the aggressive methods they are using to extract payment from people who owe large sums of money. These debt collection agencies provide credit to people whom larger, more respectable companies will not lend money. A law is proposed to limit the way in which such agencies can operate. We can choose to either limit them or allow them. I would say that that's actually kind of tough, because on the one hand, I feel like people who are too dumb to realize that they are being preyed upon kind of need protection, but on the other hand, it's kind of anti-capitalistic because they are fulfilling a need. Like, those people need to borrow money sometimes, and if they can't borrow the money, then they just never get it. So, let's just let them do it. Whatever, we're going to play the capital game. Good news, global economy is doing well. You can see here, this graph will get more and more data as we play along. So we enacted all of these things on that quarter, so they'll show up. We can kind of see a history here. The global economy is this thing. It's pretty high right now. Our expenditures went up, our income went up slightly, our interest has stayed the same. We're currently paying 3.18% interest on our national debt, so that's actually quite a bit. These are all the things that we're spending money on. Debt interest, we're paying $25 billion a quarter in interest. And yet it's only 1.9% of our overall expenditures. It's amazing. It's amazing, amazing. So 30 more political capital. If we take a look at the... Actually, look at that. We shot right up to 46% approval already. I want to cater to the largest group of people. I don't care about religious people. I'm sorry, if you're religious, I don't mean to say that way, but we're going to get rid of all of religion. In fact, let's do that right now. Let's find it under public services. Let's find, I don't know if it's actually enacted. Here it is. Yes, creationism versus evolution. Let's just not teach either. Let's just teach only evolution, because come on, you don't teach creationism in schools. That's bogus. That's going to piss off religious people. Liberal people are going to love it. Religious membership's going to go down. Liberalism will go up. Technological advantage will go up. It's going to cost me 30 points to change. It's going to cost me all my points, but this is something that we can't waste time trying to teach people nonsense. Sorry. Okay, this actually just happened in real life. So, ban same-sex marriage. Until recently, this hasn't been an issue. Marriage has been a straightforward issue, and a ceremony reserved for heterosexual couples, but increasingly, the more liberal ministers have been carrying out same-sex marriages. Allow it, come on. What do you live in the 19th century? Jesus. We are actually, surprisingly, look at that, we are rated BBB as a credit rating. I remember a few months ago when the United States got downgraded from AAA to AA, and that was like a serious deal. And in this game, I'm actually at triple B. That's not good. Our people are loyal. People are indifferent to our government. We estimate 46% of the vote in the election. Let's continue. So yes, we've resolved the fish sort of problem. What do we got here? Food standards. Increase health. Only costs 2 points to raise. Barely costs any money. Crank it up. Let's do it. Food standards. Yes, that sounds like a good thing. We already did organ donation. School vouchers. A lot of the white things they just gotta start off right in the middle when you start the game. Science funding. I want to get a technological advantage. We're going to spend our way out of this problem. It's going to increase technology, increase energy efficiency, increase the number of state employees, which therefore lowers unemployment. Technological advantage goes up. Yeah, let's do it. It's going to cost me 6 political capital to change that and bump the cost up about 40 billion a quarter. That's so much money. Like I can't even consider like how much. We're actually not even really losing that much money this last month. It's pretty incredible. Let's see, where is GDP? Our GDP didn't really move much, but it is going up a little bit. It's going to take some time for everything that I'm doing right now to actually take an effect. What's this guy? Armed police. More guns? Submachine guns. Do we want to arm? Let's give all the cops submachine guns. That would actually decrease crime and violent crime for sure, but the liberals won't like it. Let's revert changes and just not do that for now. We could do gated communities. Right now, our government opinion on gated communities is indifferent. The more we move it up, the lower crime goes. It improves relationship with conservatives and wealthy. We should encourage gated communities. Doesn't cost us anything. Could lower crime though. Let's we're gonna revert the changes for now. I want to take a closer look at some of this internet crime stuff. Got some antisocial behavior happening. Police force causes that. Alcohol consumption reduces antisocial behavior. Indeed it does. That's true. We could promote alcoholism. That sounds like fun. Crime in general is starting to go down. One thing that I'm considering doing is, like, I want to pay off this debt, and I might just, like, totally crank up income tax. Just be like, yeah, let's just go up to 90%. I tried that in another playthrough, and it was interesting. It causes problems, but it certainly fixes a bunch of them too. Revert changes. Let's see. Is there anything interesting we can enact right now? We could throw on some new taxes. A junk food tax. Generates some revenue. Increases health. If you want junk food, you're gonna have to pay a 90% tax. Costs 0.117 billion. And gains 2.37 billion per quarter. This is bad with the youth. The poor are people who usually eat junk food, so they earn less because they're spending it on taxation. It actually is good for poverty. What? We don't want poverty. Jeez. Probably shouldn't do that. Okay, never mind. Oh shoot, we actually enacted it already. Shoot, that's right. I pressed the button, didn't I? Where is it? Burgers? Yeah, so just pressing the button, we've already turned it up. Oh, and I've already cranked it up all the way. Apparently, when I clicked off, it just kind of... Yep, okay, so yep. We did that. That's done. Next. A welfare fraud department? Yeah, we should do that. That's actually going to cost money, but it's going to help out with making sure that people aren't exploiting us and taking money that we shouldn't pay them. It's going to be very popular with voters. That sounds like a good idea. Costs us more than it earns us, but sorry, poor people. And that's good enough for me for now. Let's go next turn. Return to government. Stress epidemic. Good news. The global economy is doing well. This is having a positive effect on our gross domestic product. Crime is going down. Health is staying about the same. Our health is quite poor. As you know, in the United States, health is not something we're very good at. Doctors have warned that our businesses are working people too hard, which is leading to dangerously high levels of stress. There are calls for limits on the hours that people work to be better enforced by central government. Bah. If they want to work, let them work. It's fine with me. I have 31 points, so should we do it? Let's just do it. Let's see what happens. We're going to crank up taxes. We're going to piss everyone off. We're going to pay off our debt and enact some really good stuff. Just crank up that income tax. Just like, how high do we want to go? Let's take a look at this. So right now, we have a deficit of just 15 billion per quarter, which is actually not that bad. And that's with an income of 1,295. Okay? Right now, 711 billion of that is coming from income tax. If we just go, like, say it up to say 60% flat tax, all of a sudden we're up to $1.3 trillion a quarter. We could double our income. Now it's going to cause a lot of problems, but actually let's just, while we're at it, let's just go up to 75% flat tax. Why not? Do it. Do it! Give us money. Next turn. Let's see how people like that. It's going to take some time for it to really take full effect, but for now we get a nice surplus of $1 trillion. That'll get taken off of the debt. We're going to pay off this debt in like 3 turns, and then we'll just lower it again. But we'll see how things go. So technological advantage is quite good. Gives us GDP and productivity. Have a whole bunch of political capital again. Let's see. I want to do some of the health type stuff. Services. Abortion law. 2 doctors' approval. Really doesn't give us that much gain to mess with that. Technology colleges. Kind of not worth the change there. Oh shoot, did it just do it? I don't think it did. Sometimes I forget and I actually click off early. School vouchers. A measure designed to encourage the growth of private schooling, while still enabling everybody to attend or afford an education. It's not very popular with any of the voters, but it's something that does help out with private schools. Improves equality, costs bunches of money, but what do private schools affect? Private schools affect GDP. No, private schools are caused by GDP. The effects of private schools are better education, poor earnings, middle earnings go down, unemployment goes down. Don't think that that's what we're going to change. Tanks, military spending. Yeah, that's not going to happen. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to let's just not do the whole world police thing. Just like drop that down to like way, let's just get rid of the military. No longer the world police. That is right. That's how we do it. Child labor law. Too many of our younger citizens are leaving school early in order to take up low-paying jobs. Some are even skipping school to work full-time when they should be learning. The law is currently very weak with regards to preventing companies from employing under 16s. Criminalize child labor or leave law unchanged. This law is unnecessary. Unlikely to be those who would pay attention in class anyway. You know what? I actually agree with that. Not completely black and white, but I really think that the United States in general, I think, overemphasizes the necessity of college education. The fact of the matter is, I believe that we're always going to need mechanics, we're always going to need electricians, plumbers, we're going to need journeymen, we're going to need people. You don't need a college education to be a fantastic electrician making $60,000 to $100,000 a year. Seriously, you can do that. And I totally, it's child labor here we're talking about, but yeah, just let them do it. If they want to work, let them work. It's fine, whatever. So, yeah, but we're not going to emphasize everyone having to have a college education. It's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to be better. We're going to be fantastic. So, okay, well, I'm going to take a break here, and in the next video, we'll see how all of our changes start to affect the new and improved United States of Arumbia. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you again soon.